Raiders reset in their own zone. Sarah Kupf, tape to tape Williams. Williams on her backhand will elect to spin this below the goal line. Bliss will use her big blade as the Raiders get a change on. Lexi Jackson looking for the puck as Nadia Buck helps dislodge it from Chapman. Nia Chapman jockeying with Buck. Rachel Fusi. Fusi, the captain. Her sister plays on this team as well, Julia Fusi, and Buccaneers couldn't really get much going on that rush. Lexi Jackson the other direction. Throws it into the near corner. Taken by Vaki. Vaki battling with Buck. Along the wall, puck slips free. Morgan Greenberry. And that one has cleared the distance. We'll get our first icing call of the Sheehan told to move back. McDonald off the draw for the aforementioned Sheenan. Sheenan spins it around the horn. Taken by Grolke. Kennedy Grolke, one of two Grolke sisters on this team. Forced away by Fusi. Fusi gloves it out of the air. Forced out to center. Greenberry. Little dump and chase play. Comes to Vaki. Good body check by McDonald, disrupting the rush. Comes to Fusi. Knuckles it into the neutral zone. Off her skate, she goes for a change. Amy McDonald, the captain, flips it. Greenberry and her play catch. McDonald couldn't clear the zone. Thankfully, a little assistance there from Nadia Buck does the job. Buck drops it for her captain. Lexi Jackson tries the one-handed stick shot. It'll be Greenberry who does so as she goes to the bench for a change. April Vaki with 13.5 to go, period one. Julia has the game's only goal so far. Along the near wall in the Raider offensive zone, Darby Bond fans on a potential 2-on-1. Ludwig, shaded by the captain McDonald, delayed offside coming. Everybody tags up. Sent out ahead to the boot of Reiner. Reiner from skate to stick. Emily Reiner, good rollover play on Makala rather. Long blaster. McDonald whacked that in front of the crease. Again, a similar spot that she scored to from last game, rather. Addison Grolke ahead for Ludwig. Addison Grolke a little slow to get up. Lapsa lost her stick on a collision. Bechtold drops it off McDonald. Williams on the outlet pass for Emily Reiner. Reiner tripped up on the play, just ran into some skates. No call needed there. Indirected out to neutral. Detch. Taken by Kira Ballwick. Stick still on the ice of Lapsa as that's knocked down ice. This will be on. No, it will not be. Reiner off the draw. Won by the Bucks. Cleared out ahead. Hacking and whacking our stick blades before McDonald forces it out into neutral ice. Reiner gets tripped up on the play. May have just gone over her own stick. And yeah, it'll just be an off. Tangled up in her own skates. Sometimes it happens. Beloit wins the draw. Shady advances it to center. McDonald recoils. Backhands it. Coughs it up to Grolke. Addison Grolke shot on net. Then the rebound goes wide. Thrown towards the front of the net. No dice. McDonald poking and prodding. Amy McDonald, the captain, backhands it below the goal line. Return feed from Greenberry. Check that. No, it was Greenberry. Now a potential 3-on-2 the other way. Reiner advancing with speed. Reiner drops it off. Lapsa shot goes wide. Bechtold there to find the rebound. Reiner drops it. Bechtold. Bechtold cuts towards the middle. No shot on net. Was attempted with the backhand. Beloit floods the left side. Maddie Williams flips it ahead. 4.5 to go, period one. Out to neutral, Lilo Emerson ladles it ahead off the glove of Vaki. That helps keep the zone. Sheenan. Up top, McDonald, the captain. Return feed intended for Sheenan. Instead, it's Natalie Gurr the other way. Thrown down ice. She made the red line. No icing. Little continue of this dump and chase play for Beloit, but a potential odd man chance if they hurry. Anna Faulkner for Sheenan. Sheenan tries to toe drag the puck through a player. Cup couldn't hold the zone, but McDonald will hold the red line and forced back in. April Vaki. Makala in her own zone. Makala advances it out to the red line. Thrown back in by Bechtold. 3:40 to go in period one. Sent ahead match. Buccaneers go for a change. For it comes free for Emerson. Hustling after it, Pickering. Up for Williams. Williams rolls it deep. Hannah Shady. Bumped off by Pickering as we enter the final minute of period number one. Thrown towards the front of the net. Potential 2-on-1 if they hurry. Rachel Fusi in alone. A shot bobbled there by Novak. Cleared out to center ice. And that does not have enough for icing, so it allows for a much-needed deep breath for MSOE. Makala. Bothered there by Buck. Vaki for Makala. Makala indirects it off the boards and out. 20 seconds. Off the draw, Emerson shooting ahead with speed. Comes to Vaki. Vaki couldn't break it out of her zone. She's badgered by Bauman. Kennedy Grolke, who scored the first goal in this game for Beloit, ices the puck. We'll get an offensive zone draw for the Raiders. Fusi, the Beloit captain. Off the draw, comes to Emerson. Emerson, puck on edge, but good keep-in by Bach. Couldn't hold it for long, though. Grolke rolls it ahead. Emerson up for Lexi Jackson. Taken by Fusi. Fusi throws it on net. Paddled away by Novak. Yana Pickering resets. Her and Buck trying to poke and prod the puck ahead. Gray Mandia. Mandia taking her time up for Jackson. Jackson on the stretch feed was looking for Nadia Buck. Couldn't corral it, but Jackson there to help a friend out. Dropped off for Lilo Emerson. Emerson cuts through the middle, a drive, but it's wide. Emerson throws it to the point. Comes to the captain, McDonald. McDonald towards the slot. Whacked that in front. Good paddle away save by Bliss. Jackson holds, throws towards the net. Another kick save by Bliss. And this is exactly what MSOE needed to do early. Set the tone, start the momentum going in the first shift of the period as that puck is iced by the Buccaneers. 7 points throughout that spread as well. Draw one a little too cleanly for Cup, so she'll reset in her own zone. Backhands to her captain, McDonald. McDonald elevates for Williams. Outlet intended for Faulkner. A little give-and-go play between her and Sheenan. Faulkner catches the puck, drops it Williams. Williams thrown towards the front of the net. Sheenan trying to jackknife it free and does so up to the point. Cup lets one go nearly to that same spot where Kennedy Grolke scored in the first period. Instead, that one went wide. Maddie Williams lays a punishing hit in the corner. Tries to throw. Reiner, second on the team with 9 goals after Bauman scored her 10th today. 14:15 to go in period number 2. Raiders couldn't hold the zone. Detch, good move there by Bauman. A backhanded save, juggled by Novak. Bauman off the draw. Doesn't lose a face-off a lot. Leads the conference with a 55.1 face-off percentage. As a pass off the boards, Gabby Heiser looking for herself. Instead, it's cleared back in by Vaki. Emerson sends it a little bit past Greenberry. Return feed Emerson. Emerson taking her time below the goal line. 13:38 to go, second period. Score even at one aside. Cleared down ice. This will be ruled an icing. Bauman was close but did not win the race. Offensive zone draw for Beloit. They could not win. Lapsa along the wall. Younger sister of men's senior forward Jonathan Lapsa. So the two siblings playing for the red and white. Ballwig taking her time. Bechtold backhands it ahead. Reiner sachets it ahead for Lapsa. Lapsa gets tangled up with a player. Great individual effort by Ariel Lapsa to find Bechtold. Drew a few defenders to her. Knuckle puck to the near corner. Could not be cleared. Ballwig will hold. Shot through traffic. And a glove grab by Bliss. Up against Rachel Fusi. Raiders win the draw a little too cleanly for Ballwig. Beloit applying some pressure along the near side. Reiner, though, takes it further in her own end. Alleviates some of it. Comes to Darby Bond. Bond up for Lapsa. Lapsa gets double teamed. And it's taken from her by Rachel Fusi. Fusi spun around the boards. Was intended for Lapsa, but it's whacked below the Raider goal line. Bechtold knifing at it. Comes to Reiner. Good individual effort, Reiner. Reiner working one-on-one. She's got Dixon with her. Gets decked on the play and Beloit changing personnel. 6:25 to go, period 2. Raiders and Buccaneers knotted at 1. Comes to Hoffman. Hoffman couldn't get a shot off, courtesy of Reiner. Like a sword fight on ice. As that glancing shot easily saved by Novak. Reiner starts at her own goal line. Emily Reiner takes it herself. Reiner, stutter step move, thrown on net, in and out of the glove of Bliss. She let that one go. Brittany Dutch couldn't clear the zone. April Vaki will be able to. Emerson forced free for Lapsa. Lapsa motors her way in as Emerson will go to the bench for a change. Bechtold holds along the wall, tries to drop it for Bond. Couldn't be banked out by the Buccaneers. Reiner in pursuit. Reiner from skate to stick below the goal line. Emily Reiner takes time. Using her 6'2 frame, gets her stick lifted and gets taken down to the ice. Pops back up, was looking around for a call, none going to be given. Darby Bond wins the race, icing against Beloit with 55.1. Off the draw, Heiser. Good stick lift there. McDonald holds it between the circles, lets it go, she scores! Amy McDonald! Gray Mandia to take the draw. Rachel Fusi's been really good in the face-off circle for the Buccaneers as she won that one. Greenberry rolls it ahead looking for Nadia Buck. Stays on side before it's kicked out to neutral ice. Emerson resets. Jackson was the intended recipient of the pass. Instead, it's cleared ahead by Claire Dixon. Dixon couldn't break it out cleanly on the pass. She'll take it herself on the backhand as that goes in and out of the glove of Emerson. Emerson working 1-on-2 before Mandia there to help a friend out. Off the skate of Greenberry. Mandia gets tripped up. No call on the play. Not in this kind of game. Unless it's blatant, you're not going to really call anything as the clear bounces off the blade. Huge collision at the blue line. Somebody lost a stick. That was Jackson. And it was an off. Emerson motors ahead with it. Lilo Emerson's got a head of speed. What a jump move to get to below the goal line. Thrown towards the front of the net, nobody home. Heiser was looking for it. Heiser takes control. Somebody got hauled down on the play as a shot goes high from the blade of Heiser. Up ahead, Brittany Detch. Detch between the circles, a shot. Shoulder save made by Novak. Hannah Bauman. About 3.5 gone in period 3. She couldn't clear the zone. Held by Rachel Fusi. Here's a break for Bauman. Bauman in by herself. Drops it off Heiser. Heiser gets hauled on the play. Wanted a penalty. None will be called. She gets shoved from behind. That could have been a call, but we'll play on, especially in a one-goal game. Mary Frances Williams digs it free. Comes to Heiser. Heiser slips around a player. Manages to get to the point for Darby Bond. Heiser towards the front of the net. Stick lift there. Backhand on net by Bauman, looking for her second of the game. Good passing by the Raiders. Fusi, the captain, speeds her. Nobody home. The intended recipient was Detch. Bauman pokes it ahead. Hannah Bauman sends it looking for Heiser. This will not be icing as it went off the boot of Gabby Heiser. Comes back for Bauman. Hannah Bauman. Up top McDonald. Back for Bauman. Bumped off of her skate. Detch clears it as soon as she makes the red line. Got some tired group of Buccaneers out there that will go for a change. Moves ahead, April Vach. Vach shot, easy glove grab. Will slow things down. She's pressured by Julia Fusi before it goes out to neutral. Taken by the Bucks' Natalie Gurr. Gurr elects to just dump it ahead. The Bucks have played a lot of chip and chase today. Hasn't been really that effective. Ballwig, Buck, out to neutral ice. Comes to Claire Dixon, rolled ahead, Ballwig, as a three-person change for the ladies in navy and gold. Stretch pass, or more of a clear rather, goes off the boot of Dixon, allowing for more of a full change. Lexi Jackson bothering Natasha Ludwig. April Vaki rolls it. Looking for a... Faulkner wins the draw for Bond. 7:05 to go third period. Raiders controlling their 3-1 lead with more pressure. But Beloit has stormed back a little bit, set up some cycles of their own, and they're looking to continue that. Krolke, who has the only Beloit goal. Rewound by Vaki. Ladled ahead. Reiner soccers it for Ballwig. Ballwig indirected Reiner. Reiner over the line for Lapsa. A little too much heat on that pass, but thankfully Darby Bond holds the line. Bond shading a player, Vaki. Good keep by Reiner. Reiner from the circle lets it go off the blocker of Bliss. Ballwig maintains zone control. Hannah Bauman still on hat trick watch, though. Would love to see her get some chapeaux on the ice. Emerson in her own end. 5:20 to play in period number 3. Mary Frances Williams swings it back for Bauman. Mary Frances Williams, that's her 5th goal on the year. Tied for the team lead in assists, though. And with that goal, that puts her in the driver's seat with 14 points. Team lead. Greenbury holds the zone. Jackknifed out to center. Nadia Buck applying pressure. Gabby Heiser. Heiser enters the attacking end. Heiser working 1-on-4, gets it ripped away from her with 4:40 to go in regulation time. Raiders have a 3-goal stranglehold on this game. Beloit trying to go towards the bench, and we're looking for a penalty call, and they're 4 to go in period 3. Face-off draw, won by the Bucks. They can't clear the zone. Bauman holds. Bauman to the point, into the skates of Heiser. Heiser has 2 assists on the night, and they're waiting for Bliss to go to the bench. Williams looking for her second. Instead, it bounces, and it's Hannah Bauman off the tie-up. Comes to McDonald. A shot bounces off the boot of a Beloit player. Cleared out to center. 1:05 to go, period 3. We're waiting to see if and when Madison Bliss will be pulled. Into the final minute, I don't believe she will. Heiser along the wall with Schreier, who had the initial shot on that goal. Forced out to center, 45 to go, third period. Madison Bliss looking towards the bench. Bauman digging away at it. She's trying to go for her hat trick. Puck poked free. This will be an icing. Or no, it will not be. It was touched before it hit the line. Greenberry for McDonald. 22 seconds to go, period 3. Darby Bond, check that Gabby Heiser, trying to extricate it with a little help from Reiner. Final 15 to go in the third period. 10 ticks to play. 5 seconds to go. Alexa Novak picks up her second win on the year. The Raiders are victorious on this Wednesday night. MSOE wins by a 4-2 margin. Alexa Novak, the sophomore, gets her second win on the year. And what a good feeling that must be for the Raiders. Novak leading the handshake line with